What in the world is going on in Dallas? The Cowboys are less than 2 weeks away from a massive showdown with the Eagles, but their star linebacker, Micah Parsons, hasn't taken a single snap in training camp. The reason? He says it's a back injury. Jerry Jones says it's all about money. And now, with tensions boiling, this situation could explode into something very ugly: suspensions, lost paychecks, and maybe even a trade request gone nuclear. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the Micah Parsons drama, what the Cowboys can actually do about it, and what this all means heading into the 2025 season. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is one of the biggest stories in the NFL right now: the growing feud between the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons. It's rare to see things get this heated between a front office and its biggest star, especially this close to the season. But make no mistake, this situation isn't just about an injury or even one player. It's about power, money, and the future direction of the Dallas Cowboys. So let's walk through the timeline: what the MRI really revealed, how the front office is responding, what kind of punishment Parsons could face if he holds out, and why this fight could drag on for years. Let's start with the basics. The Cowboys are scheduled to face their division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, in just 10 days. This is not just any preseason storyline. This is a game that could define the early NFC East race. And yet, one of the biggest defensive weapons in the league, Micah Parsons, has been missing in action during training camp. He claims he has a back problem that's keeping him off the field. Now, here's where things get complicated. Owner and general manager Jerry Jones isn't buying it. He's publicly dismissed Parsons' so-called hurt back as nothing more than a negotiating tactic. In plain English, Jerry believes Micah is exaggerating or faking the injury to push for a better contract or force the team's hand in trade talks. That accusation alone sets the stage for an ugly fight. So what's the truth? According to Cowboys offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, Parsons underwent an MRI, and the results came back pretty clean. That phrase is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Pretty clean suggests the doctors saw nothing that should keep Parsons off the field. Which means, at least in the eyes of the Cowboys, there's no real reason for him to be sitting out practices. And this is where the front office might escalate things. If the team doctors clear Parsons to return, Dallas can send him an official letter stating that he's healthy enough to practice. That letter would also serve as a warning, reminding him that refusing to practice would be considered conduct detrimental to the team. That's not just fancy legal language. It's the first step in a disciplinary process that could cost Parsons a fortune. So let's talk consequences. If Parsons keeps refusing to practice and eventually to play, the Cowboys can start fining him. These aren't small fines, we're talking thousands of dollars every single day. If it continues, the punishment can escalate all the way to a suspension without pay. And here's the kicker: the Cowboys can suspend him for up to 4 games. That would cost Parsons roughly $5.33 million, based on his 5th-year option salary of $24 million. Imagine watching more than $5 million evaporate just for standing your ground. But Jerry Jones isn't stopping there. In a recent interview with Hall of Famer Michael Irvin, Jerry made it crystal clear that the Cowboys aren't going to be pressured into caving. He reminded everyone that Parsons is under contract through 2025. And if things don't get resolved, the team still has the power to use the franchise tag not once, but potentially twice. That's exactly what Dallas did with Dak Prescott during his contract saga, dragging things out for multiple seasons before finally reaching a deal. In Jerry's words, the president is handling it like Dak. If he doesn't, it's very costly. It's very costly for everybody. Translation? The Cowboys are fully prepared to play hardball. So, where does this leave Micah Parsons? On one hand, he's one of the most dominant defensive players in the NFL, a guy who changes games, terrifies quarterbacks, and makes the Cowboys' defense one of the most feared units in the league. On the other hand, he's now staring down the barrel of fines, suspensions, and a possible years-long standoff with the front office. And the Cowboys? They have to weigh the risk of alienating their star against the message it sends to the rest of the team and the league. There's also the looming question of health. Even if the MRI was pretty clean, back problems can be tricky. Maybe Parsons really is dealing with something that isn't showing up on scans. Or maybe Jerry is right, and this is simply a leverage play. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. So here's the bottom line. The Cowboys and Micah Parsons are locked in a high-stakes showdown that could shape not just this season, but the franchise's future. Jerry Jones says the back injury isn't real. Parsons says he can't play. The MRI says it's clean. The lawyers say fines and suspensions are on the table. And the fans? Well, they're stuck in the middle, praying this mess doesn't derail a season filled with so much promise. What do you guys think? Is Micah Parsons really hurt, or is this all about money and leverage? And should the Cowboys play hardball, even if it risks losing their best defender in a crucial NFC East battle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from every Cowboys fan, every Eagles fan, and every NFL fan who's watching this drama unfold. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the biggest stories shaping the NFL. Trust me, this Parsons saga is just getting started, and we'll be covering every twist and turn.